These events caused the greatest decrease in oil prices in global history. Hey everyone, welcome to the B.E.R.E News. Today we'll take a look at the dirty truth about one of the world's favorite commodities, petroleum. In this video, we'll first briefly examine the history of petroleum, then assess the global oil trade, and finally we'll break down the recent oil price crash. Make sure to watch until the end for the shocking reality. Petroleum has played a role in human history since the civilization of Babylon over 4,000 years ago. Ever since, humans have harnessed the resource to enhance our societies. Though it wasn't until the Industrial Revolution of the 19th century when petroleum began to be used on a massive scale. Technologies and industrial machinery created high demand for petroleum and its derivative products. But what is petroleum and why does it go by different names? Its etymology is ancient Greek passed through to Latin. In Latin, petra means rock and oleum means oil. Thus, we get rock oil, which is essentially what it is. Petroleum is a fossil fuel formed from the remains of algae and zooplankton buried underneath sedimentary rock for millions of years. Petroleum is made of gas, liquid, and solid hydrocarbons, while crude oil refers to the liquid component. Crude oil is refined to produce a wide array of products, including heating oils and fuels, known by such names as gas, gasoline, petrol, motor spirit, black gold, etc. On average, over 95 million barrels of petroleum are used each day across the world to power our vehicles, build roads, and fly planes. Here are the top 10 countries which import the most petroleum goods, according to data from the U.S. Energy Information Administration. At number 1 is China, followed by the USA, India, Japan, South Korea, Singapore, the Netherlands, Germany, France, and Spain. Despite global demand being high, only a limited number of countries have petroleum reserves within their territories. Here are the countries with the largest oil reserves in the world in 2018. Venezuela takes the top spot with about 301 billion barrels of oil reserves. Next and second is Saudi Arabia with about 300 billion, followed by Iran in third place with 210 billion, Iraq in fourth place with 143 billion, Kuwait with 102, the United Arab Emirates with about 98 billion barrels in sixth place. In seventh is Russia with about 80 billion, followed by Libya with 48. In ninth is the USA with about 37 billion, and Nigeria rounds out the top 10 with 35 billion. Some reports show Canada as having the world's fourth largest oil reserve. However, most of this comes in the form of sand oil, which is thought to be less pure and costlier to produce. Nonetheless, Canada has about 170 billion barrels of oil in its reserves, putting it at fourth place. The Middle East and Africa are home to large reserves of petroleum. These regions also make up most of the membership of OPEC, the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries. Created in 1960, OPEC is formed by 13 countries: Venezuela, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Iraq, Iran, Libya, the United Arab Emirates, Algeria, Nigeria, Gabon, Angola, Equatorial Guinea, and the Republic of the Congo. They collectively have major influence of the world's petroleum market, accounting for nearly 80% of global proven oil reserves. Now, let's talk money. We all know oil is considered black gold because of its dark appearance and high demand. But is it really worth its weight in gold? This chart from Business Insider shows the price of oil per barrel from 1861 to 2016. As we can see, the first major spike is actually the highest in price, due to the US Civil War in the 1860s. The price per barrel jumped from about $15 to over $120, accounting for inflation. As the US became a major oil exporter in the later decades, prices dropped steadily, averaging about $20 per barrel. In 1931, due to the Great Depression, oil prices reached a record low. The oil industry reacted to dropping prices by increasing production, which only worsened the problem. In the 1970s, a trade embargo caused by the Yom Kippur War created a massive price increase which continued throughout the decade as a result of the Iranian Revolution and the Iran-Iraq War. In 2011, prices shot up to over $100 per barrel due to the Arab Spring and the Libyan civil war. In 2020, as the COVID-19 pandemic exploded across the world, governments reacted by shutting their borders and ordering people to stay at home, significantly reducing transportation. Additionally, tension between OPEC, primarily Saudi Arabia, and Russia triggered an economic war over oil production. These events caused the greatest decrease in oil prices in global history and are the major causes of the current global stock market crash. On April 20th, 2020, the price of oil went negative for the first time, reaching negative $40 per barrel, meaning companies would literally pay you to buy their oil. Oil contracts are signed in advance, which is why we may not see the true impact of this incident until later on. Fuel prices, especially petrol and gasoline, decreased as well. The average price of gasoline in January 2020 in the US was $2.64 per gallon. And by May, it had dropped to $1.91, according to the US Energy Information Administration. What about you? What did you most recently pay to fill up your car? Leave your answers in the comments below. Now for our quiz. It might seem easy, but good luck finding out which ones are which. Drop your answers in the comments section below. And here are the results from the quiz from our video on unemployment, which you can watch here. 1. 3 claps. 2. 2 breakdowns. 3. 1933. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and thanks so much for watching. We recommend you check these videos next.